You know what I'm saying?
Yo, what's up, everybody? 299, one more to go. That is correct, sir. We have
Dude.
one more. Can you hear us, Katie? Make sure let us know that you can hear us and everything sounds good on your guys' end before we get going too far here. Get all our wonderful sponsors up on the screen here. And I think that's everything. I think that's everybody that likes us. I don't know. All the people that like
Right?
us, thanks for liking us.
Yeah, all four.
All four of you guys.
Well, we got
Thanks.
3 thumbs up fucking 30 seconds in. That's gotta mean
Yeah.
something.
We're
I think
awesome.
I think two of those three are for Jacob not being here.
So, yeah. We're back for a couple more episodes at least. We're gonna keep trying to do this podcast as long as we can. You know what I
Sorry,
mean?
and this year we're not giving anything away. We're taking from you guys.
Yeah.
You're gonna give us shit.
You're giving us shit this
You know
year.
what I'm saying?
Our 300th episode is all about you guys giving us shit.
Exactly right. Exactly. Oh shit. So what have you been doing, T?
Man, I've been fucking working my ass off, to be quite honest with you. It's been a little crazy for me though, because it's like summer one fucking minute and it's like fucking the Arctic tundra the next. Like my skid
Right.
got iced down big time.
Yeah.
Super big time, dude. Like I had to take it to the shop, my cousin's shop, because I don't have heat in my shop yet.
Yeah.
It's on the list of things to do this winter, but
Can you put like a space heater or something?
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some 120 volt electric heaters in there just to keep it above freezing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And well, anyways, this cold spell run through, and I seen it coming, but I was like, I just opened the valves on everything and just let everything drain out. I drained it completely down to nothing.
Yeah.
And I went to go put water in it this morning, figuring it was empty and it wouldn't take any water. And I had to pull the hoses and lines off the pump and shit. And they were a couple of hoses were solid
Yeah.
froze.
I would suggest this. I don't winterize anything, but I think I know enough to tell you. First of all, your input, that is the 3/4 garden hose. If you can get an air hose adapter and blow everything out, I would take.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Right, and
I
then
never thought of that.
On your DI cartridge, it has the stainless clip that you pull to change the resin. Just pull it out, and if it starts to expand or push, then it's going to have the room without breaking the chamber. But that's what I would do. I would make you up an adapter from airline to 3/4 garden hose male thread. Just put it in there and push a tank of compressed air through it.
Well,
and you should get
normally I don't. Normally I do not. The skid. This is the latest the skid's ever been in the truck. To be quite honest with you, normally I'm done with the skid this time of year. It just so happened that the veterans home gave me a call and they're like, hey, can you fit us in one more time? And I'm like, of course. I'm like, well, hell yeah. That's too big a job not to do it. So, I did that knowing that, the weather was going to, turn on me. And I was like, sure, I can do it. But the last 2 days it's been windy and in the 20s, and even when it's windy in the 20s, even with washer fluid, if you put a little bit of soap in it to clean the glass, it's going to freeze. And it's so windy, it's blowing back on the glass. And I was just like, I'm not going to fight this fucking shit. So,
Dude,
but I went Monday. I went Monday before the front passed through. And I got there. And when you get there, you have to check in. So they have like a computer sitting there with a facial recognition system where you got to take your temperature, you have to log in, and it spits you out a badge with your face on it. And I'm going through the motions. I get all my information in there, and I lean down, and as soon as I lean down and it takes my temperature, this alarm goes off. Brr, 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 brr. Fucking bells are ringing. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, what the fuck did I just do?
Right.
Well, come to find out, there's a fucking fire alarm, and I thought,
and you thought it was you.
Yeah. Like, don't let him in. Yeah.
TJ's hot. You had an old granny sticking the whistle in the background.
Dude, it scared the shit out of me, man. The ladies, after they figured out that it was a false alarm fire, it was just some guy running a shop vac, they about pissed their pants laughing at me because I was like, it freaked me the fuck out. I was like, what I do? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I've been cleaning the windows here 20 years. What the fuck what could I have possibly have done?
Right.
To get these motherfuckers to 3 alarm. I got the full 5 alarm blast when I fucking stuck my face in that thing. Right. Dude, it was instantaneous. It could not have been timed by like the universe any more perfect. As soon as I leaned my face in and it fucking read my face and my temperature, I'm like, holy shit.
The doors and put you in an isolation chamber or something.
Right. She's like, I need to send you that video. I was like, I gave her my number, this old lady in there. She goes, if I can get that video pulled off there, she goes, I'm going to send it to you. She goes, the look on your face is fucking priceless. I about shit my pants, dude. Fucking crazy, man.
I guess there's still a few places that have to be very cautious.
Well, in a situation in a place like that, I mean, you have to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's it's a confined space with a lot of people. That's where they live. Yeah. So you gotta I get why they do that, But they're not like mask Nazis. They're not like, you gotta wear a mask to be here. You just gotta make sure you're not sick.
Right.
So which is cool. I get it. How have you been doing?
I've been okay. I mean, I am a fucking pussy, dude. I walked out this morning with my dogs, and it was 55. I immediately turned in and grabbed a sweatshirt. I'm like, holy shit. TJ's going. I go, but it was nice. It warmed up to 70. I really, November's a tough month. Not because of, not every November, but this November is tough because I was behind. I went to the Keys, so I lost 2 days of work then. I had, then we lost, obviously, Thanksgiving. I did work the Friday after for a couple hours to try to catch up. Mark, one of my employees, was gone for 3 days the week of Thanksgiving. And in the middle of all that country club that I cleaned in season opened back up. Mm-hmm. And I had a huge, it's funny. We got to take up some time anyway because there's the two of us. Mm-hmm. So my buddy that owns a window gang franchise also works for the president of the club, okay? But we respect each other's lane. He doesn't fuck with the president of the club, and I don't fuck with any of the outshoots. If someone asks me about a house while I'm there, because anyone that goes there has a big fucking house, I just give it to him,
Right.
And we've always respected each other. Well, he called me and he said, because, dude, they completely gutted this country club and got all new windows. Mm-hmm. The back area that had a lot of water fed work on the second floor got a patio the whole length of it, so now everything is done by hand in the back. The whole job changed, and it's about 35-40% more windows. So my buddy Jonathan, he calls me and he's like, hey, I'm doing the construction clean at the club, you know that, right? And I'm like, well, I didn't know, but I'm cool with that, and he's like, well, I'm calling you because do you have a couple guys you want to put on it with me? Because I can't get this done. And I go, look, no offense, dude. If I wanted to do it because they asked me,
right?
I don't know if they asked me.
I'd be doing
first.
it.
Yeah, I don't want any part of it. I go, because it's not working for the club, it's working for a contractor. And then they're going to start with the insurance. And then they're going to start with 90 days to get paid. I go, look, if you really get in a bind and can't meet the deadline, I will help you. But other than that, no. So everything takes place. And he gets it done. And then I knew the club was opening up in like 10 days. So like 6 days before, I hadn't been able to even get in and see it because it's completely blocked off. And I go driving through security. They know who I am. And as soon as I get out of my truck, I'm swarmed by security saying, the president of the club said, no vendors today. Mm-hmm. Of course, because I'm a wise ass, I point over. I go, that guy's fucking painting window frames. Does he work for the club? Mm-hmm. No. I go, that other guy over there is trimming the trees. Does he work for the club? No. He goes, listen, I'm just doing my job. I go, I just want to take some pictures so I can send out adjusted pricing for this. He goes, I wish I could let you. I go, you know what? We're cool. I leave. So that was like, let's just say that was Tuesday. Mm-hmm. On Wednesday, I get a phone call, like the day I was going to the Keys,
Mm,
and it's on my, not on my cell phone or on my
mm,
email, but on my answering service that says, Jonathan from Window Gang says, you're going to have your staff here to clean our windows this Thursday. And I was like, wait a minute. I don't work for Jonathan. I
mm,
kind of got a business owner's attitude of who the fuck did this? You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Like, I go, first of all, we don't even have the fucking price agreed to yet.
mm,
So I just let it go. I get the phone call on Thursday going, we're really disappointed in you, Mark. This isn't like you. You're supposed to be here. I go, no, you threw me out of the parking lot. You wouldn't let me take a couple pictures. I would have had your price in 24 hours. You could have signed off on it, and I would have put a crew there. I go, now I've still got to do all that, and I'm away in the Keys. What do you want me to do?
mm,
I go, I'm going to send Mark there, one of the guys. He's
mm,
going to photograph all exposures. I'm going to prepare a price on my phone, and then you'll get the full documentation when I get back.
mm,
That wasn't good enough. Okay. So I'm going back and forth with them. And I said, you're not opening till the following Thursday. I'll be there Monday. I'll give you your price, and Tuesday we'll clean you.
mm,
Okay. We're good to go. I give them the price. They approve it. They said they want it Tuesday. I show up on Tuesday. We wash the fucking job. The Tuesday week of Thanksgiving, right?
mm.
Thanksgiving was what, Thursday?
Yeah.
And dude, the president of this place, a club that costs $250,000 a year to go to,
Mm,
sticks his head through the bushes. He goes, "So I'll see you again on Thursday, because Thursday is my regular cleaning day, like tomorrow's."
mm,
I go, "Thursday's Thanksgiving, dude," and he
mm,
goes, he goes, so, and I go, because they're gonna have a function there. I go, I got family coming, and I go, I'm not understanding this. He goes, well, I was hoping to see you on Thursday. So I go, are you inviting me to Thanksgiving at your house? I'll bring my kids and wife. Does that work for you? And
mm,
he goes, no. He goes, I go, okay, well, today's Tuesday. You
mm,
want it on Thursday, which is Thanksgiving. I go, here's all I can do for you. I'll come back tomorrow and wash this thing again. Because they get it per price. I don't
mm.
give a shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to
Right.
make another couple grand for the week. And he
Right.
goes, you know what? That works for me. So we cleaned it Tuesday. We cleaned it Wednesday. We figured out, when a job this big changes, you got to figure out where you're starting, where you're stopping, where the sun's going to be,
Mm,
everything else. Because I can tell you this, and so, unless someone could teach me something,
mm.
scrubbing salty windows in the wind in the sun never dries good,
Never
no
works
matter
good.
what you do.
No.
No
Yeah.
matter what you do.
Right.
I sit there and pray for a cloud to give
Well,
me 20
even
minutes.
even scrubbing just regular windows with a pure water system in the sun doesn't work good.
No, it doesn't. So we got them all straightened out. I'm going back again tomorrow. So I had so much shit on my plate. I still have two Mercedes dealers and two Ferrari dealers to get done by the end of the week, plus the country club. It's a full day's job for three guys.
Right.
So shit is going to spill into December. We're going to act like it's a November cleaning, and I will give them a second one for the month if anybody questions it. It's just been hectic,
Right. Yeah.
Um, that Keys trip, my wife plans shit. You
Mm.
you know this well enough to know, TJ.
Yeah. Yeah.
I fucking handle nothing.
Right.
I'm not
Yeah.
ashamed to admit it.
Yeah.
Okay, if I'm gonna come see you, she got me the ticket, she got me the rental car, she got me the fucking hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all I do is show up.
Right.
Okay, it's not that I can't do it, but I haven't done it, and I don't
Right.
want to do it. Okay,
Right.
so this Keys trip all of a sudden dumped into my lap.
Mm.
Okay, I wanted to meet my two little nephews. They're
Right.
fucking adorable. I had a
course.
blast. You saw I sent you a video. Tucker learned how to drive a boat. He
Right.
got his Coast Guard certification. We're good to go. We caught a lot of fish. He caught a fucking 48-pound grouper. Everybody's happy.
Right.
So, but it's just been so much. I usually enjoy this time of year. I like Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, even though everything has changed.
Mm.
I love those holidays when my kids believed in Santa Claus. My kids would dress up at Halloween, and Thanksgiving had more family together.
Right.
That's all gone out the window. So
We
I still
had
try to-
fucking like 31 people at our Thanksgiving.
Dude, that's awesome. I hear that stories. People tell me that, and they're like, "Oh my god, there's so much work and so much food." I go, "But dude, that's what the
It's a
holidays
good
are
time.
about."
It's a good
Yeah.
time. Yeah. I mean, it's just us cousins still getting together, like
Yeah,
my
but
grandma.
I gotta say,
Like my grandma used to do that. That was like her thing, was all of us getting together on Thanksgiving. She's like, I understand Christmas, everybody's got their thing. So, whatever's whatever. But Thanksgiving, we get together. You know what I mean? And we just
Yeah.
continued that after she passed. We just kept doing it. You know what I mean? So, And there's a lot of us, so, you know.
I don't know. You know what though? Nobody likes change. I shouldn't say. I don't like change. I might not like everything I do, but when it's something that you do with so much tradition, you know what I'm saying? I don't like when that changes. Like,
Yeah.
my wife got a phone call the week before Thanksgiving from her mom, because you know this. Christmas will be here and Thanksgiving is there.
Right, yeah.
And next year, Thanksgiving is here, Christmas is there. And all of a sudden, my mother-in-law goes, by the way, I've been doing this whole Thanksgiving thing for 50 years. I'm done. You're doing all the holidays from now on. I was like offended and hurt and bothered. And I was like, the fuck, am I not allowed in your house anymore? I know I'm an asshole. And I say shit I shouldn't say.
Right.
And I'm not going to change that.
Right.
You know, and draw dicks on the mirror and everything like that. But I'm like, then I started, take yourself out of the equation. She just doesn't want to do it anymore. That happens in every family.
It gets hard. At a certain age, it gets hard. I know my grandmother, she struggled with it. You know what I mean? In her later years, it was tough for her. She would spend all day cooking, and then once we all got there, she'd sit in a fucking chair and fall asleep. You know what I mean? She wouldn't even eat. You know what I mean? So,
well, it's like,
and even me at my age, like when I do Christmas here at the house, you know, we'd have like get-togethers here. I'll do all of that shit, bro, and I'm useless. I never eat what I cook. I hardly ever eat what I cook. When I smoke food, Jennifer has to put a plate of food aside for me, or I won't eat.
Right, I'm the same way, especially when you're smoking meat. When we went to the Keys, I brought the Traeger down there. We did it. So I buy a nice brisket, I trim it up, I inject it, I get it in a foil pan. I buy one brisket, pretty small. It's only like 10 pounds after it was trimmed. 2 racks of ribs, 1 St. Louis, 1 baby back. I fucking get all my shit together. I put it in a Rubbermaid Tupper, my knives, my, butcher paper, all this shit. Load the smoker up. We get to the Keys. We're unloading, right? And Kate looks at me and goes, where's the cooler? I go, what cooler? I have my cooler behind my seat. No, the cooler with the meat in it. And I'm like, no, you're fucking kidding me, right? It's sitting in my refrigerator at home.
Oh,
200 miles away. Yeah. So now, if you've ever been to the Florida Keys, everything costs 10 times as much.
Yeah.
So
I've never been there, but I'm sure it costs a lot.
No, because everything has to come in on a truck.
Right.
There's no pipeline. There's no fuel expensive. Everything's expensive. Nothing gets done quick. But I go on the phone. I find a local meat shop, and I bought, a brisket, and it was 16 or 17 pounds. Of course, again, it wasn't trimmed or anything. I'm not, and that bitch was over $100. And I'm looking at it going, you know what? My brother spent a shit ton of money to make all this happen. I'm not going to
cheap out.
Cheap out. And but that's what he said. You got to do me a brisket.
Right.
So it was my first brisket on the Traeger. Wonderful smoke ring on both sides, better than my other smokers, but the flavor was a little bit off as far as it, the wood, it's missing the wood.
I feel that way. I've heard that, and some dudes are like, oh, it's the best way to do things, and I'm like, yeah, if you want to set it and forget it, I do get that, but I just feel like it seems like it's like I like to call it, I refer to it as like electric smoke. It's not the same thing.
Set it and forget it.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to do it. I wasn't disappointed. Again, that it worked. I've got to tell you this though. Mine is, I think mine is messed up. I think I need to calibrate somehow. I got to go online and find out, because it cooked so much faster. It has 225 and 250 on the knob, right? So if I go to 225, it sits at 214. If I go to 250, it sits at like 237. Okay? I can't get it dialed in where I want it to. I've adjusted the flue. I've read through the manual. But I'm almost thinking that the sensor, it needs to be calibrated, because, and I'm ready to just take a whole saw and put a fucking regular old traditional, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Crack the lid if I need to. I'm about to do that, and then it won't be set it and forget it anymore. Right. But overall, dude, as you'll see this, like with Uriah, I don't know if he goes trick-or-treating. When he's doing it, it's a fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But
when he's not doing it, sucks.
Right. It's a whole.
I know. I've got 2 older ones, so I know how that works. I mean, my daughters still like to dress up and, you know what I mean, still enjoy the holiday. That's like their holiday. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Yeah, I always go into town because where we live is relatively rural, but 5 miles south is
mm.
more communities. I go to my buddies. I've always gone, and he
uh,
has a new neighbor, and he's sitting in a white creeper van in front of the swale in front of the house, and he was jumping out with a crowbar, a legitimate 3 fucking foot crowbar, and he's fucking holding it over his head with a mask on, and I'm watching this, and I said to my buddy Jeff, I go, who is this guy? I've never seen him. He goes, oh, he's the new neighbor. He likes attention. I go, this is not going to go, something's going to happen. And he's like, oh yeah, I told him you need to tone that shit down and, jump out, but don't run after somebody.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, he ran after the wrong guy and it literally came to fists. And
Oh, really?
I'm like, best Halloween ever.
Dude.
Yeah. I was like, dude, you
were
need to
asking
tone it
for
down.
trouble.
Right. I mean, the wrong dude sees you chase his kid. That's a fucking problem.
You're getting an ass whooping, yeah.
Right. And it's not the first 3 steps. That's funny. It's when you continue to the next house. There's a fucking problem. You're about to get drilled in the face, even though you're holding a crowbar.
Right. Right.
So.
Yeah. I would take exception to that, to be quite honest with you. And I'm a big Halloween fan, you know what I mean? And
yeah.
But if you took it to the nth degree, I would fucking take exception to it. I'd be like, bro, you gotta fucking relax.
Right.
You know,
you gotta tone it down.
You gotta relax, or you're gonna get the shit kicked out of you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. So, all in all, it's been a pretty good year. I really try to stay positive about shit. I don't watch as much news, or the podcasts I now listen to are more comic.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Fucking walking around angry all the time for shit I can't fucking change.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, I would say I was kind of in that little bit of that news cycle loop for a little while, and then once I kind of distanced myself from it, the same way with the window cleaning groups.
Yeah.
I kind of distanced myself from those. I do not interact in them at all anymore. I caught myself today replying to Chris Ritchie or Chris Ricker or whatever that fucking goofball's name is.
Yeah.
He was commenting on Maker's new rubber. And Ritchie said that the profile is a little bit longer than Black Diamond's, and this dude's like, oh, you don't want to do that. It's going to do this. It's going to do that. I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude. Just shut up. Have you even tried this shit yet? I mean, I know what it does. I'll review of the new Maker rubber will be coming out soon. You know what I mean? So
that's the round top.
The round top shit that they just came out with.
Platinum density. Is it the platinum density or is
it? I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say that, just from my dealings and workings, it's more akin to an Etaray style.
Okay.
Round top rubber. It is nice and supple. Like the platinum. I'm
going to give it a go.
But, and then Richie's like, we manufacture our own rubber. And the dude's like, so do you have your own factory and warehouse and hoodie? It's just like, Chris, shut the fuck up, dude. Just, go be a cunt somewhere else.
I agree with you. Chris Ritchie is of a different breed. And I've told you the stories that have transpired for me. I don't dislike the dude. But honestly, in those pages, and I don't know if you noticed. Well, you wouldn't notice because you're not on there. Unless someone tags me or something.
Yeah.
So it shows up. I'm so over how much should I charge for this.
How much should I charge for this? Dude, this sucks. That sucks. It's like, cool, dude. Cool.
There's a new group, WFP. Now, I'd like to think, I never pat myself on the back. Who was it, TJ, when I first met you, that commented WFP on every fucking post and every window?
I can't remember. Dan something.
Yeah. Okay. That whole shit started. I chimed in on it. We all had a lot of fun with it. Now there's a new group called WFP. I was invited to it because I like a few of the guys on it. And every week it's like, let's welcome the new members, the new names, or the new members, right? And I'm like, dude, this fucking guy spells his name with crunched up fucking ramen noodles. And there's nobody. I go, the whole thing is full of bots or something. I don't even know what that is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But all the groups now are flooded. I did do my annual Black Friday Harbor Freight Mormon tool sale that I made the brochure
Right.
and put it up on. I
Shit
sent it
was
to
classic.
Chris first. I sent it to Chris. I'm like, dude, I'm not stepping on no dicks. And he's like, fuck no, that's hilarious. I put it up there.
Right.
I had several people going to the stores. I said, maybe it's only in Florida. Maybe it's only online. Maybe you're not in the members club.
Right.
I'm making every excuse. And then 50% of the people started to realize it was a bunch of bullshit.
Right.
So that's when I don't even interact anymore either because I'm so fucking done. Guys that fucking get $10 a window, or you do this job for $300, so you're a piece of shit, even though you're 10 times faster than the guy that's bidding it for $700.
Yeah.
Okay. He's the one shopping at the fucking dollar store for his soap.
I just see things. I see things in groups, or not necessarily, not even in groups. What bothers me the most is guys will go to company advertisements and be like, oh, I bought a dozen Black Diamond Platinum squeegee rubbers, and every single one of every squeegee blade, as he called it, every blade had a chip in it after a couple of windows. And I'm just like, I just, like I said, I was like, that's either operator error or you got a burr in your channel. That's super hard for me to believe.
Right.
And I know when people say that, oh, you're just a Black Diamond guy. No, when you get that shit, when you buy it from WCR or Black Diamond Squeegee, T Squeegee's had that shit for 1.5 years, 2 years already. So I know you're full of shit. You're full of shit.
Right.
You're not going to pull out 12 rubbers and every one of them do the same fucking thing.
No.
The law of averages says it's either something you are doing or the squeegee channel itself has got a burr in it or something. You're fucking up. You fucked up.
Yeah, or you're fucking soaping and squeegee and mortar on some of the fucking
Right.
I mean...
Just if you want your money back, just say you want your money back. You don't have to tell stories. You don't have to get on somebody's advertisement and, oh, well, I'm going to ask, my name's Chris Ritchie and I'm going to ask all the tough questions. What is this, fucking Dateline?
Right.
Buy the shit or don't buy the shit, you fucking goofball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't you have somebody's wife to stalk on the internet, you fucking weirdo? Just go fuck yourself, man. That shit irritates the fucking piss out of me. Just irritates the piss out of me. Anyways, the Maker Rubber's really nice. I've been using it for a while. I've been testing a whole bunch of stuff for them, and
it's funny because I placed an order with Steve-O the other day, and I called him. I had a few questions, and so we had a little conversation. I go, you know what? I go, dude, I don't know if this is right or wrong. I go, but I'm not going on my fucking computer. I want to do this now. I'm going to go on my phone. I'm going to screenshot my cart. I'm going to fucking send it to you. And then you're going to make sure everything is there in stock. And then I will take a picture of my credit card if you don't have it on file. And then I'm going to delete it out of the chat. It's not that I don't trust you.
Yeah.
I go, and we're going to move on. And he did a fucking amazing job.
Yeah.
But so I fucked up because I ordered some of that green Unger rubber, and instead of putting 2 packs of 10, I put 2 rubbers. I was like, I know that 50% don't go that far.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So and there's a Ziploc bag, right, with the 2 rubbers, and then this gray rubber in there. And I'm like, what in the holy fuck? I'm like, I checked my packing list, and I'm like, WCR triple checks fucking everything.
Right.
And I'm like, I fucked up. So I'm going to call him, and now I'm going to eat the bullet and get 3 10-packs of the green rubber. And so I call him back and I go, hey, what's the gray shit rubber that you sent me? He starts laughing. He goes, that's Mormon rubber. And I go, okay, I'm going to tell you this, Steve. I am going to honestly put it with an open mind in my channel. I go, now, if I happen to call you next month and order some of this shit, I go, if you ever say a fucking word to anybody, I go, then we're gonna have a problem, dude. Yeah. And we were just laughing about it. Dude, I'm not complaining. But one more thing, shit is getting so fucking expensive, and it's not WCR or any of them.
It's everybody. It's everybody. Everything.
Look, I'm gonna date myself here, but when
I'm going to the grocery store now, and 3 bags, 3 lightly filled bags is for me it's like $85 to $100.
Yeah, no, it's
So
ridiculous.
it's everything everywhere, dude.
Yeah, I mean, dude, again, not complaining, but
Mm.
Mark, one of my guys, we stopped using 22s and stuff when my shoulder started feeling it. Mark always liked 18s the way they clean better,
Mm.
unless you got big pulls.
Right.
And he goes, "Hey, this country club now has railing glass. You got to reach over
Mm.
from the second floor." And we're still cutting our teeth because I tried to water fed it. It didn't dry good enough.
Uh,
And I'm like, I can water fed it and you can take the water off. And he's like, then why even do that? Let
yeah.
me just reach over and do it. But
Right.
buy me a 24. And like a 24-inch squeegee, Sorbo,
Mm.
the handle, the pivot handle, and the channel. Dude, it's like $50 with the 15.
Yeah,
I'm
but
like,
why do you?
fuck.
All you need is the fucking the channel. You don't need everything else, Mark.
I know. I have handles. I don't want to take
There's
my
no
fat
way
lazy
that
ass.
there's.
I do. I probably got 20 of them back there.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say.
don't dig through my shit
Oh,
to
okay,
find a
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not organized like you.
Oh,
You know?
yeah. I should go out, take the camera outside to show you the back of my fucking truck right now.
Yeah. No, dude.
I'm not organized. Fuck
Yeah.
you though. Fuck you for saying
Yeah,
that.
but
I have a problem throwing things away, dude. I'm a little bit of a
yeah,
pack rat.
yeah. My wife says I'm a hoarder. I said I'm a collector. You know? Like I'm not a hoarder.
Tomato. Yeah.
Right. But no, I just bought something new. I didn't feel like digging around for it. I probably even could have found a 24.
Yeah.
I know I got a 36 I use on my shop floor.
Right.
I could literally put it on the saw, cut it up, put the caps back in it, and I'm like, just give him a new squeegee, you know, and it makes him happy. Everybody likes shiny new shit.
Right.
You know, like
course,
my son, dude, all of a sudden, you know, I bought a fuck ton of the red, white, and blue Sorbo channels,
Okay,
the
yeah.
limited edition ones,
Uh-huh.
because that's what everybody liked for the keychains. Remember, I made a shit ton of keychains. So I bought like 25 channels from WCR, and I got them in the garage with the rubbers and everything.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden, like 3 weeks goes by, and Scott's got a shiny new fucking channel. I don't say nothing. Maybe he lost it. Maybe you can't bend a Sorbo unless
Right.
fucking
You're
do
really
something
fucking around,
stupid.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't say nothing. And then like 3 weeks later, I'm like, that fucking channel still looks new. And then I look in behind the seat. It's got the dull ones. I go, dude, we're not changing them when they get fucking dirty. Dude.
Hey,
That
listen, wipe the thing off and keep it out of your bucket if you want it to stay looking nice.
You can sit in the bucket on. I change its colors.
Yeah.
Look, I know you like nice things, but come on, I got to make keychains one of these days again, you know?
Right.
So, but look, I've changed a few things. You'll probably piss on me and say I'm an asshole and a hypocrite, because I did buy the yellow Ed little square bucket, you know, the one that holds the 18. I really like the way it works.
Oh, really?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie.
Square bucket? Oh!
Yeah, I bought the square bucket. I will
After all these years,
Yeah.
you giving me shit about my rectangular bucket.
Yeah.
And I almost bought, this lady down the street here has got fucking pickle buckets. They're $1 a piece. They're brand new with locking lids.
Yeah.
I was gonna buy some, and I was like gonna send you some. And you don't need them now. You don't need them now.
The only thing I don't like is, and when I ordered it, I think I got that. Yeah, I got that from Jersey.
Did you get a lid for it?
I bought the lid. The lid's split. I don't understand the corner. Does that happen commonly?
All the Unger buckets, the fucking, the only one I've not had trouble with, and this is the only thing that pains me, is the only one I never had trouble with was the Zero. The Zero buckets that they sell, their lids are decent. I've never had a problem with them. The only thing is I drove off and the whole bucket and all the tools got ran over by a cement truck.
That's not the bucket's fault.
Yeah, it's not the bucket's fault.
No,
but my Unger bucket, I break the lid every winter. I break the lid. Same way with the Ed, I break the lid.
Well, I'll tell you that. I mean, again, we got time. It's just two of us.
Yeah.
I do twice a week. I'm in an indoor mall. Okay. And the indoor mall. If you've ever cleaned windows in an indoor mall,
plenty of times.
Think, those got to be the greatest jobs. Bullshit.
No.
The lint that sticks to fucking.
It is atrocious. It's awful.
You carry it. It's like cleaning a hair salon. You're gonna carry that hair
everywhere you go. As soon as you're done there, everything's getting changed.
Right.
And has to be rinsed down.
Right. So, I had
It's like
bucket.
static charge to the fucking glass.
Yeah, it is. It is. You could actually take a squeegee life towel, put it on a handy sleeve, and wipe the glass and get the same results you would.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like the jobs I do. I got one job in the mall, dude, that's 3 days a week.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I got another one that's once a week. So they're clean. They're
right.
clean. But they pay a lot of money, and I go through the motions.
Right.
Well, when I come through the mall that I clean, I have access through the back food court. I come through there. I have my little Milwaukee hand truck, and I overfilled my bucket. And my bucket is roped up, and it's not very sealed because the ropes are going through the sides. And I left a couple spots of water on the floor, and they read me the fucking riot act in the mall.
Oh, yeah.
Man, like, literally, we're about to tell you don't come back. And I work for the mall.
Okay?
Right. I've been there 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not fucking Joe Blow from across the street,
right,
dude.
yeah.
I've been here longer than you.
Well, it's a liability.
Right.
If somebody slips on that shit, they're fucked.
Right. So at that point, I decided I'm just going to buy the TJ style bucket.
Why has it got to be the TJ style
bucket? Because it's gay. Because I ragged on your bucket calling it a pail. Remember, not a bucket, it's a pail. I bring that shit to the beach with my kids and a shovel.
Yeah,
right?
okay.
So I figure I'm going to give it a try. Now, I do like the fact that I can put an inch of water and clean everything in that mall with 1 inch of water. I don't have to turn my mop around on both sides. I finally figured out you're not supposed to fill it past that line because the bitch fucking spills everywhere. And the handle feels like it's about to come off because it twists and whatnot.
I use the big green Unger bucket. That's my favorite because the 18 goes in there perfect. I could sit my 20-inch squeegee goes in there fucking super easy. Right. You know, so that's why I use that one. I used to be an Ettore bucket guy, but I just got tired of them breaking on me. You'll find that the older that bucket gets, the more weak it's going to get.
Especially here, it sits in the bed of the truck in the
You'll end up switching to the green one eventually, or the zero. Like I said, the only thing I don't like about the zero bucket is I just wish they made a larger size.
Will it fit at 18?
Yes.
Okay, then I buy that, and I buy it because it's zero. I trust their products, you know.
Yeah.
But
I'm all on the zero train. There's scraper, like there's those zero scraper, World Enterprise, whatever it is, the zero scraper, that black and red scraper that they sell. That thing's dope.
Yeah, I got one.
It's nice. It's nice. I've had zero issues with both of them. The only problem I had with the one is that I can't find it.
I know. I use scrapers all the time.
I do too.
I fucking lose more scrapers than anything else.
I used to be like a die-hard gray Triumph guy. You know, the gray with the retractable guard. That was my shit. That's all I used. And then I just got tired of them breaking on me. You know what I mean? And I got nicked one time, and I was like, that's it. So I switched to the Unger scraper with the variable head on it, and we're locked out, and those kept busting on me.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm done with it, because it's got the same void in every one. It breaks in the same spot every time there's a void in the casting in the same spot, and it's like, hey, I sent them an email. I'm like, hey, no reply, of course, because they don't give a shit about T-Squeege. But
don't count anymore.
Which blades do you use those? I use the world. I have been using the World Enterprise ones. That they're stainless, and they're good blades. You know, I've been using the Worlds this year, and I've not really noticed too much of a difference, to be quite honest. They work okay, KD. You know what I mean? I'm as everyone knows, this podcast, if you don't know now, you're gonna know, is sponsored by WindowCleaner.com. They're our dudes. They always hook us up. You know, we always get the latest and greatest. They're super good to us. So if I buy something, if they don't carry it, I'm just going to buy what they carry. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not going to go to a competitor and buy, well, you don't carry Triumph, so I'm going to go to fucking Windows 101 and support Antifa.
That other motherfuckers. Those other motherfuckers are trying with Black Friday sale, end of year sale. And guess what? 3 weeks into that sale, 2 likes.
Right.
Yeah,
so
you got it, buddy.
Let me ask you this. What was Black Friday like in your area? Because nobody went out shop. There, back in the day, there used to be motherfuckers in tents waiting. Right. There was none of that this year.
No, it was a lot less. Well, I'll tell you this. The Black Friday thing is always a tradition for me and my father-in-law. It's like the only time we spend together. I buy 2 or 3 Milwaukee batteries for my tools, and if something catches my eye, he walks around, touches everything, and bues nothing. That's pretty much the way it works. Right. But so we went out this time. and I bought two 5 amp hour batteries and the Milwaukee inflator, which I didn't have, for $199, dude. Those batteries
Oh
alone.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it was,
Fuck
and
yeah.
it's
That's a really
fucking
good
kick
deal.
ass. We went there. We went to Lowe's. I didn't buy anything there. We went to Harbor Freight because he bought a couple pairs of flashlights and some batteries. Um, but yeah, it was very light in the stores.
Uh,
Usually, when I'm up there, the last
mm,
few years, we have to leave at 7 a.m. to get in by 8 because there's a line for the tool department. And I walked in there at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and got those batteries and the inflator.
mm,
And because like the last few years, they're like, oh, you could get it online for the Black Friday. Oh, I want it now. You know
mm.
what I'm saying? I don't want to fucking order it.
Yeah, I'm with you on
You
that.
know, I send you an email and you blow my fucking phone up for the next 6 months.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Just leave
yeah.
me the fuck alone.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but you're right. Black Friday was light, but I did take advantage of WCR's 15% off.
Mm.
I knew that was coming. I didn't say anything, and it was like the last minute. I'm like, Steve better not be fucking lying to me because I'm ready to fucking click. I'm ready to click checkout here, and then boom, it showed up. I'm like, boom, we'll take it. You know,
Right. Nice.
because every little bit helps. You know.
I've never been Black Friday shopping ever, because as someone that Jennifer, that's what she's done for a long time, is work retail, and to have
Yeah.
a family member that works in retail, it really sits at home. Like it really brings to home like what you're doing. Like
Oh yeah.
they either you show up for fucking work on Black Friday or you're fucked. You know what I
Dude,
mean?
retail
It sucks, dude.
you got to be of a special nature to consistently work retail.
Jennifer
It's
hates
fucking brutal.
it. She hates it. Yeah.
Yeah, but
She's considering a career change, so she's
yeah,
thinking about going to school, learn a little bit of a trade. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's
Be
cool.
your own girl. That's what I fully support it. I'm like, why not?
Well,
So
I gotta say this though. My wife, when JT, so that would be 18,
mm,
19 years ago. So it would be, let's say 18 years ago, she wasn't working, and she was pregnant 3 months, 3 months, and she got a job offer at Lowe's to work in the
that's where
um
Jen's at right now.
purchase.
Is Lowe's.
Yeah, she worked in the purchasing,
Mm,
but she wasn't doing register. She was working behind the scenes, and the pay was average. But she's like, I don't know if I'm going to take this. They want 30 hours a week and this and that, and they don't know I'm pregnant. Well, when we looked through the health care package, dude, that was at that time, nobody, you never heard of pre-existing shit being covered, right? Well, if she signed up for the health care plan, my kid would be, they were going to pay for my kid. You know
mm,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like we hired you and you're pregnant, so we'll cover the pregnancy.
Mm,
That's 10, 12, 15 grand.
mm,
And I'm like, you're taking this fucking job.
mm.
And she did. And she liked it and everything, but it's still the retail environment, it's tough.
Chris, I'll tell you, man. It's not that I don't like those, like Crazy Larry soap, and which I really liked. The purple soap, I really like that too. But I'm just gonna be honest. And it's nothing against anybody. It's just so easy to go to the fucking store and buy a bottle of Dawn dish soap. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Right.
Like I go to Ace Hardware. I pick up my ammonia and a bottle of dish soap, and I'm set. You know what I mean? I don't have to
Right.
wait for it to come in the mail. I don't. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like in the summertime, in the spring and the summer, when I put in my spring order or whatever, I always throw a couple bottles of soap in and try new stuff out. You know what I mean? I know that some guys are like, I want to use the soap, that's best for windows. So I try shit out for you guys, that the guys that like to do that kind of stuff. But me personally, I just don't. It's just again, it's just so difficult. It's hard for me to, like, squeegee rubber is one thing, like I've spent a long time like squeegee rubber and blades and shit. There's a guy that used to own a janitorial company here in town. He sold like soaps and all this shit, but he carried squeegee rubber and razor blades, and I never bought the stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Off of Chris or wherever I was buying. I wasn't going to windowcleaner.com and buying rubber and razor blades on the regular, you know what I mean? Because I just drive past the fucking place like
Right.
three times a fucking
I don't
week.
know why.
You know what
I
I mean?
feel exactly the same way. Like, I'll go on WCR, they sell Dawn Platinum or Dawn
Right.
dish soap, and I'm like, I'm not saying I wouldn't buy it from them, but I'm like you said,
I can just go to the store and buy it.
Yeah, we go to Costco like twice a month.
Right.
My wife, if I don't go, she goes, "Do we need soap?" I'm like, "No." She buys they're like a gallon jug. It's like 18, 20, 25 bucks. My son Scott thinks that you're supposed to have more soap than water, So I'm like, where the fuck is all this soap?
Yeah.
He's making fucking bubbles like they're at the fucking fair.
I'm and I'll total transparency here. I really like doing the videos and the reviews and testing stuff out. I really don't have to buy a whole lot of shit anymore, and it's just me. You know what I mean? It's not like I got a gaggle of dudes like Mark does or Seth does. You know what I mean? So, like, my shit, like, I get gross as a rubber. You know what I mean? Like, just sent to me, like, try this out. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So,
well, I will say this. As far as the Windows-specific soaps, in the past, you had the glass cleans and stuff. Yeah. 2, 3, 4, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
I never liked any of them.
Me either.
I spent fucking $40 on a gallon of it, and I ended up putting 10 times as much as I would of dish soap.
Right.
Okay, so I stayed away from that.
Right.
And then now you got the purple stuff and Crazy Larry's. Now, I could use that. Mm-hmm. I appreciate that. I don't even look at it as, well, the purple soap is kind of expensive compared to Dawn. Mm-hmm. I just look at it as, I'm going to use this up. And guess what? I'm not going to wait for it to come again. Right. I'm not saying I won't put it in order.
Right.
But guess what? When the wife goes to Costco, get me a gallon of
right. Yeah. I'm the same way. When I put in an order for channels or like if I need to like re-up some shit, like, I'll like handles, whatever, I'll toss a bottle of soap like Crazy Larry's or something in there that, or like I don't really need Squeegee Life towels because I have like fucking like 50 pounds of them, but every time, like if I need to get over $50, I would throw like 4 or 5 Squeegee Life towels in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Chris, if you're listening, I will never pay for shipping, asshole.
yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna, I'm gonna wet, I'm gonna wet the beaks of the guys that support me and like they, you know what I mean? That's what, like Mark's my friend, so of course I'm gonna throw a couple extra towels. Do I need more Squeegee Life towels? No, I mean I do because Jennifer keeps fucking taking them and using them for whatever she uses them for. Yeah, counters and whatever. She loves them for that.
Yeah,
but it's just so much easier. Just go buy dish soap. I'm sorry. I know like guys are like, oh well, it leaves a film on the glass and okay, you tell whatever story you want to fucking tell. You know what I mean?
Okay, let me tell you something. That comes around about once a year. Yeah. Maybe twice a year on the Facebook pages. Yeah. And you want to shut them down, you say exactly what I say. Well, you're telling me that dish soap is made for dishes, like it's in the name. What are your dishes made out of? They're made out of fucking glass, asshole. Maybe you eat on paper plates.
Yeah, does it leave a film on your dishes too?
right, exactly.
Shut up.
Come on, dude.
I can't with these dudes. And like I said, I do like I said, in the summertime, I'll throw one of those, like the Crazy Larry soap is really nice in the sun. It works really well in sunlight. I will say that about it. And that's why I was like, this is like my favorite one. You know what I mean? So in the spring, I will buy a bottle or two and I'll have it until I run out. And then I'm probably just going to switch to fucking back to Dawn. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I can't help but like you said, the GG4 and stuff, like people swear by that shit. Like I'm always like I see like Steve-O does videos, like he's like his special window solution. Like he like adds the glass gleam and then he'll squirt like a shitload of Dawn and it's like dude, what are you doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. You kind of making it into a fucking science experiment here, dude.
For Dawn, do you go with regular Dawn? I don't care, dude. Like the platinum, like the super duper ultra 9000. I just buy fucking dish soap. The only dish soap that ain't good for window cleaning, in my opinion, is Joy. Yeah. I don't like Joy. It's not sudsy enough for me, but I buy whatever's on sale. And I usually switch back and forth between Palmolive and Dawn just because, just to change the smell up. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I gotta tell you, because
I'll buy the apple blossom, so I can think about Tim. Right. Because that's Tim's favorite is the sour apple blossom, whatever the fuck it's called. The apple scented Dawn, I buy that to think about Tim occasionally. You know what I mean? What's up, Tim?
You fucking leave someone's house that smells like a bad bathroom with a deodorizer in the corner. I got to tell you though, about a month ago, maybe it's a little more than that.
Mm-hmm.
It's been more than that because we had the purple soap at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I got it in my head because we all revert back to how we learned in our
Yeah.
past.
Yeah.
So my dad was a Joy fan,
Yeah.
okay, and ammonia. And
Mm-hmm.
there's a specific smell with Joy and ammonia. So I'm
Yes.
like, you know what? I just want to relive that for a week. So I'm going to buy a small bottle, and when it runs out, it can go back to Dawn. So I go to Publix is our big grocery store, and they don't sell Joy, right?
Uh-huh.
So now I'm fucking obsessed, right? I
Uh-huh.
swear to God, I'm in my truck going, where can I buy Joy? Of course, Amazon. I'm not ordering it. I'm
I
not
can
gonna go
get you
through that.
whatever
So,
you want, Joy. Just let me know. I got you,
well,
big dog.
I find out Winn-Dixie, which is
Mhm.
very limited in the state of Florida anymore. But
Mhm.
I was 4 miles from Winn-Dixie. Stop what I'm doing. I go buy a bottle of Joy, and I got to tell you something. Over the last 10 years, they've changed it because it
It's
used to
not
be
the
really
same.
thick. No,
It's
it's
not
thin.
the
It's like
same. It's
fucking
like
water.
well, it's like water
Didn't
now.
clean worth
Yeah.
a shit.
No.
Didn't clean worth a shit.
No.
I'm like, you know what? Now, as far as the platinum versus the regular, if you're disciplined with how much you put in the platinum, you definitely need a lot less.
Uh.
Okay, but if you're going to give it to employees that don't use the squirt and they unscrew the top, you don't want to give them platinum.
Right.
It's not worth it. And the
Right.
platinum seems to dry your hands out more
Yeah. Yeah.
than the regular
Yeah.
traditional.
We just spent like 25 fucking minutes talking about soap.
Gives a fuck. Or you could be like Richie Blue and put those dishwashing gloves
Yeah,
on.
you put gloves on, you fucking
You know what?
Sallies.
At that point, I took his fucking man card away.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's probably not too much gayer in the world
Right. Yeah.
than yellow dishwashing gloves.
Right. Somebody asked, and we keep getting off, and I don't want to not answer the question, but the 300th episode will be recorded. It will be recorded next week, so we won't be live next week. I'm not exactly sure when the 300th episode will air, but it will probably be like a couple of days after it, maybe like a Saturday or Sunday. I'll post it. We're gonna announce the winner of the window cleaner of the year. So that'll be in there. We will be also. We're gonna have a couple of guests on. I'm hoping that Chris Lambrinides will come on for a little while with us. Richie, I'm hoping I'll be able to nail Richie and Casper down. We're going to be giving away an Ultimate Maker package from Maker Products.
Cool.
It's going to be everything that they sell.
Wow.
Like you're going to get one of everything. You know what I mean? You're going to get a T-bar, the sleeves, you're going to get one of everything they got. The Ultimate Maker package, a silencer, a belt, like the whole deal. The whole shooting match. A dozen of Maker rubber, like you're gonna get the whole shooting match, their catalog. That's what we agreed to. You might even be getting something, depending on how it works out, you might be getting something else that's not even released yet. We just got to see how it works out. I don't know exactly how it's going to work out. We're also, we're giving away a gross of platinum. I think that's, a gross of platinum. And I think that we're going to give away the Squeegee Life package. You're going to t-shirt, long sleeve, hoodie, and some towels, I think was what we said, Mark.
That's fine. I'm fine with that.
And I don't know if windowcleaner.com is going to give away anything or not. I'm not exactly sure. I've not spoke to Chris about it. So, I mean, if he does, he does. He doesn't, that's fine. He's done way a lot for everyone, so I'm cool with it. If he doesn't, that's fine. I don't care. But I will say this about this 300th episode. We've learned over the past 5 years of doing these giveaways and shit like that it seems that we get a huge crowd in for our giveaway episodes, and then we never see those people again.
Right.
Like Fernando Trevino, for instance, like that dude won a fucking silencer. I never saw him again. You know what I mean? Just like people
I would agree with that.
And that's nothing against those people. That's fine. And we opened it up that way. That was our mistake. But this time, if you're not a Patreon member, you're not going to win nothing.
Right.
You're not going to win nothing.
If we had 35 people on a giveaway show, and the next show, if we average, let's say 20, we had 23, 24, I would say it's not a bad thing because but it goes
Right.
back to the same loyal people. So
It goes back to the same
why should we give shit to
18 to
someone that
15 to
doesn't
20
fucking
people. Yeah, I'm not
right?
gonna. Yeah, so it just, to me personally, just because of the way things have changed and evolved in my life personally, like I can't dedicate the time that I used to shit. Um, it just like it just as a they get discounts for being Patreon members on gear and shit like that. Like from the website, they get their 45-50% off, whatever. It just, to me, it just like, it's just an added benefit for supporting the show. You know what I mean? Like, those 33 guys are going to get put into a randomizer, and I'm just going to click the button and randomize it, like, live, share the screen so people know it's not fucking a shit show, fucking cheat fest. You know what I mean? And whoever wins, wins. You know what I mean? And if you don't want the stuff and you want to pass it to another Patreon member, I'm cool with that too. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the way we're going to do it now. The 300th episode, we've been doing this 5 years. I know we've been a little inconsistent lately, but there's a lot of stuff going on in each one of our personal lives that is not really for TV to be to be like, blunt about it. It's really not anyone's business, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's just a lot of shit going on right now, and I have a feeling that the lineup may change a little bit and may like dwindle back down. But like
Chris
I said,
Chris McDonald wants to know how to join Patreon.
it's scrolling at the bottom of the screen there.
Yeah, just go on the bottom of the screen.
You can, there's different levels, and I've never, like, there are dudes that are, like, hard body karate guys. Like, Jason Lehman was the first dude to do hard body karate. He knows he doesn't have to do that. It doesn't matter which level you are. It doesn't matter, whatever. Everyone gets the same discount. Everyone gets the same chance. Everybody gets the same things. Your level of support for us is totally dependent on you, whether it be fucking $12 or $13 for the whole year, because it's like $1 a month, I think, is the lowest one, and the highest one is $20 a month. You know what I mean? So
right.
It's all depending on you, what you want to do. I don't give a shit. I've had dudes get mad at me like, "You charging my account? It's I got overdrafts because you fucking ripping me off." It comes out automatically, bro.
Yeah. That dollar cost you $37. How about that?
Right, right.
If that you should not be signed up if we're gonna have that problem.
Yeah, I think Cameron, I have like the Patreon thing. I think most likely what's going to end up happening is I'm probably going to do Patreon. Like I have, like you guys, I have like a bunch of cool shit that I've filmed and edited, and I can't get. Like, some dudes can see the shit, and some dudes can't see the shit. Like, I can't upload it, so guys, like, I've shot, some people have seen me and Jennifer's trip to the Serpent Mound, but there's a lot of guys that haven't. They're like, "Hey, man, what happened? I see this, but I can't watch it." You know what I mean? It's like, so, most likely what I...
the fuck it? Serpent Mound? Is that where the video of her wrangling your snake?
It wouldn't be that big of a video, bro.
Let's make it an observation.
Right. So I may end up switching the Patreon to YouTube channel memberships is most likely what I'll end up doing. It'll still be the Sacred Order of the Squeegee. You'll still get your card. Like, when you sign up, you'll get a little card, and it'll fucking have your name on it, and it'll say Sacred Order of the Squeegee. It's not like any like huge club or anything. It's just a gag to have in your wallet, like you're part of a secret society or whatever. Right. It's just a gag, you know what I mean? But whatever. But yeah, it's kind of like Vice Grip Garage and them do just the channel memberships. You know, if you want to support the channel, you can get exclusive content that way. That way, it's easier to get it to you fucking guys. Because right. Patreon is a motherfucker, and they tax the fucking shit out of you. You know what I mean? Like you guys are paying your... I see a small percentage of that fucking money.
Isn't that fucking amazing?
It's wild, really. And I didn't realize it at first until I started doing I started giving guys shirt. I used to do like a fucking shirt every 3 months. And I was like, the Patreon will help at least pay for the shipping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And no, it doesn't. It doesn't. You know what I mean? So, no. during the solstice. Chris, I'm gonna tell you, you don't. If you go to the Serpent Mound for the solstice, you won't. It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be worth it, bro. Because, as an Ohio resident and someone that is like down in that area all the time, the observation tower has been closed for almost a decade. Really? So you can't even see the fucking horizon. It's going to cost like $250,000 to rebuild it. I told him, I was like, dude, 10 grand, I build you a brand new one.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Put a fucking tree stand up and be
where you want to go, Chris, is, it's somewhere like in Cincinnati somewhere when they do the total eclipse. That's going to be fucking super rad. It's in August 24th, I think. August 24th, 2024, or August something. Maybe, I know it's in August. And it's going to be a total solar eclipse. And it's going to be perfectly viewed, I think, somewhere in Cincinnati somewhere. I'll know the next time. I'll make sure I know the day when we do the 300th, when we record that. I'll make sure I add that in there for you. But, yeah, I've been to the I mean, I'm not saying don't go to the Serpent Mound. But go there with tempered expectations. You're not going to be able to see it from the air. You're not allowed to fly drones. None of that shit. So
it's like sacred ground.
It's like it's a Indian burial mound in the shape of a.
I've seen pictures of it from the air.
Yeah, you're not allowed to fly. Yeah. They don't want you to crash your shit and damage anything.
Yeah,
but it's cool. I mean, we still enjoyed it. But seeing the sun set in the serpent's mouth, you're not going to be able to see that, unfortunately, because you're not going to be able to get up to a vantage point high enough to see it.
Yeah.
Now I was there. I want to say early 2000s, like 2001, 2002, and we were able to get up on the tower, and this was back when you could go in that bitch when it was closed, and they changed so much there because people don't know how to fucking act, of course. Like, don't stay. They're like, what I like is don't stand on the mounds, don't do this or that. But you can see lawnmower tracks where the fucking lawnmowers are doing fucking burnouts on the side of the mountain. Yeah, it's like, come on, dude. But yeah, it's cool though. I mean, it's cool, but like I was saying, the extra content. Like I have like a solo podcast that I've shot like maybe 4 or 5 episodes of that no one has ever seen. No one's ever seen it. It's all edited and put together, and I can't do nothing with it. You know what I mean? I can't share the link to nobody. So I'm just like, I that's why Patreon, it's like I did Patreon so I could do exclusive content. You know what I mean? Like, you know, just exclusive content. That's all, you know, just on the porch, me drinking coffee, smoking fucking cigarettes, just chilling and vibing on the front porch. You know, on the front porch of Squeegee is what it was going to be. You know what I mean? Like, just a little, you know what I mean? Just answering questions and doing shit. Like, essentially Ask Squeegee, but in a video form. You know what I mean? Like I used to do in the magazine, but in video form. And I have every fucking Patreon. It's just junk. Every time they say we're gonna do this, we're doing that. This shit never works. It never works the way it's supposed to, and I'm tired of fighting them about it. I wrote them an email about the percentage they're taking. I'm like, dude, you guys are taking an awful lot of fucking money for these features to not be working. Everything's in beta.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is. I'm not exact because I haven't really read in too much into the channel shit, like the channel memberships. I'm gonna look into that before I make that change. Thanks, Chris. But I'm gonna make that change once I find the proper way to do it. You know what I mean? Because the Patreon really helps me pay for the internet to do this podcast. I'm going to be honest with you, because I have an absolutely ridiculous internet program, or I have a fucking dedicated line in my house just for this, and it's not fucking cheap.
Yeah,
it's not cheap. So, you know, it helps with that shit. You know what I mean? So I don't want to do with it because I like, I like to do the exclusive content. I like to shoot things with like Jennifer and my kids and my family and shit, and I don't necessarily want to share that with everyone. But the dudes that vibe with us, that really support us, I don't mind showing them a sneak peek into my life. My new computer, it just sits here. I don't even use it, to be quite honest with you. It came, I ordered it wrong, and I edited, the last video I did was edited with Final Cut Pro. I don't know if you guys noticed, but it was a lot, the edits and the switch and shit was really, really nice, but it filled the computer's memory completely up. So I fucked up when I bought it and I didn't click the right button for the memory, so I had to order a external hard drive for it, and of course that's like back ordered for the next 17,000 years. So
yeah,
I have so much footage that needs to be edited that I've shot. Like, I've got new cameras. I've done a lot of shit to upgrade to upgrade my videos. So my videos, because I enjoy doing the videos. I love shooting the videos. I like reviewing tools and shit. And, I just, like, I felt like I had outgrown the software that I was using. So I wanted to upgrade to something like Final Cut Pro is really, like, good shit. And I wanted to upgrade, so I upgraded that, and I upgraded my cameras, and I've got all these angles and all this cool shit that I've been doing, and I can't fucking do nothing. But once that's... Let's see his sex junction. I don't have one. But yeah, the next year, once I get this hard drive, not even next year, as soon as that hard drive comes in, the videos are gonna ramp up. You're gonna be seeing more on my channel than normal. I really enjoy it. I've been holding back on shooting something for a long time because of the software that I was using to edit videos kind of limited what I could do and the way I wanted it to be seen and viewed by people. I wanted it to be really high quality. I've always wanted to do a documentary. I've always wanted to shoot a documentary. So, and I have the equipment now to do it. The only thing's holding me back is that hard drive. So, that's going to be something that Patreon members are going to see only. And then once it's completely finished, I will release it to the public, but they will see it as it's being built. It's going to be cool. Also, I'm going to be I bit the bullet in my house. I'm about to remodel the kitchen, so that's going to be on there. It's going to be cool. It's going to be
Get to see you smash your thumb with a hammer?
You guys are going to get to see that I can do... I used to be able to do... I'm a little more talented than what you guys... Besides eating, smoking cigarettes, and drinking Monsters, I know how to do other shit.
You can do it. Come do mine.
I use stack ladders. I would make sure that when you get a stack ladder, make sure like you get like the legs for it. I like...
Yeah, get the pivot feet.
Get the pivot feet for it.
Yeah, get the pivot feet, and if you're just getting in it, buy 2 to 3.5 pieces and get comfortable with that.
I got 3 pieces right out the gate. I didn't get I got the leg levelers from WCR, the orange pads on the bottom that you can like adjust and shit. I wish I would have started out that way because there was a couple occasions where it's really precarious. In the video, dudes are like, "Dude, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "It felt fine."
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, you got. They're nice though. They're super nice for going in people's houses, man. When you got a ladder up in somebody's house, having a nice stack with a bonnet on the top, man, that's class, man.
Yeah,
class, man. I love extension ladders. I worked construction for a long time, and I just I like extension ladders. But my stacks get used quite a bit still too. But if you want to go inside and clean some windows in someone's house, man, a stack ladder's the way to go. Yeah, they're nice. You won't, like I said, if you won't go, you can't go wrong. WindowCleaner.com. I mean, they really, the whole stack ladder thing, I think it was a really big resurgence because of those guys, the half stacks and all that shit. Like, they really They really pushed that shit. So
they got them to make those half pieces again.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that nobody thought those were ever coming back. I'm fortunate because I still got shit that you can't get. I got half base. I got two.
I want a half
pieces, and I've got an 8-foot headpiece. That's one thing I'll never come off of. That 8-foot headpiece, I love it.
I would really like a half base, and I would really like an 8-foot headpiece. I would both. I would like that.
Nice.
Yeah, that was for you, Mark.
Now, you know what though? When I started cleaning windows, every window cleaner had stack ladders. You knew a window cleaner because they had stack ladders hanging out of the back of the truck.
They had wooden ones.
And if you saw a bucket, if you saw a bucket and an extension ladder, that guy installs cable. You know?
Fuck you, dude.
Yeah, no, that's what. But now there's so many more window cleaners, and you have so many more options. I
listen, man. There's nothing better for getting in up and down off a roof than a fucking extension ladder with some stabilizers. Eat my whole asshole.
I know there are. But who wants to haul that shit around? And I don't give a shit what anybody says. There is nothing gayer than a little giant ladder.
Yeah, well, we can agree on that.
Yeah,
dude.
nothing.
We can agree on that. Yeah.
Nothing screams gay.
Nothing screams Tim Huber like fucking a little giant.
Oh my god! I see people. That fucking thing weighs 1,100 pounds. It's flared out on both ends. You never know what's the top, what's the bottom. They put plastic ends on the bottom. They can slide out on tile like it's nothing, and you could pinch your fingers in that bitch real easy. I had a buddy gave me one. I had it in my shop. I went up into
That's what
the
I
loft.
need to do. I just need to fucking tell Tim to come back to the show.
I'd like to see Tim come on as a guest for
Hey, Tim, come on, Tim.
Just come say hello for.
Come say hello, man. Let's test the waters. Dip your toes in the water.
Right.
Little giants weigh a ton, and they got dildos on either end of them. They're crazy.
If you buy a ladder that has ever been on QVC as an infomercial, you're queer. I'm gonna go out and say it. But dude, there is nothing better than a video. I know you know what I'm talking about.
The one where the dude walks out in the middle of it and fucking falls up.
Now it's locked in, dude. And she even laughed.
Yeah, dude, it's so funny.
That 1,000 times.
Yeah, it's so funny.
It's
so funny.
His feet come up and his face plants. There's nothing better than that. You know? Or those. I see these guys asking about it. And I've never climbed one, but I've seen them. Those extension ones that come up. You know, like that telescope into itself.
Yeah, no, I'm never getting on it. I'm never getting on one of those. I'm never getting on one of those.
No, absolutely
never happening, dude. Yeah. I'm too much man for that one.
I don't think.
Too much man for that one. I'm too much man for that.
Yeah, if you can climb that, you're a fucking squirrel anyway.
Yeah.
Ugh,
yeah,
shit.
dude. So that's what's going on with the 300th. I hate to be that way about it, but that's just the way it's going to have to be until things change. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna hand shit out to dudes that don't support us and the show. You know what I mean? I'm just not. It's not fair. Like I'm not saying anything about the Patreon members, but every time we do an episode, a giveaway episode, the Patreon members always bitch because people that don't watch the show win shit.
That show up. That's not right.
And it's not. Right. And at first I was like, it is what it is, but they're right. The Patreon guys are right. And it just seems like the giveaway, the maker giveaway, that's. It's going to be tough. I mean, I want somebody that's not a total piece of shit to get that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm almost thinking about quitting the podcast so I might be able to win that, because that's a bit of a prize.
It's going to be a great prize. I'm not saying you're going to get all 14, 18, this or that. I'm just saying you're going to get like a setup from Maker. You know what I mean? You're gonna get the lineup. You know what I mean? You're gonna get a window clean, like the Maker experience in a box is what, you know what I mean? Like track brush, the 6-inch handy sleeve, the 18-inch handy sleeve, and some covers. You're gonna get one of every cover. You're gonna get a silencer. You're gonna get a belt. You're gonna get a pole. You're gonna get some rubber. You're gonna get a dozen
Yeah,
rubber.
you're gonna get to start off the year with a nice selection of tools.
The track brushes and possibly an unreleased, unannounced item. I just don't know how it's gonna work out. Luckily, with everything that's been going on with all of us the last couple of weeks, it's kind of worked out. It may end up happening for you guys, and if it does, I'm going to be tickled pink. It's going to be super sweet. But I haven't even got mine yet to see the final product, to see how it works, but, we'll see. But it'll be cool. And, of course, a gross of platinum, how can you not go wrong with that? And then, of course, our cool-ass shirts and towels. And maybe possibly, I don't know, something from windowcleaner.com. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. Like, I haven't asked. I don't like to ask. If Chris offers something, that's cool. If not, that's also cool.
Yeah.
And same way with, like, American Window Cleaner Magazine, they gave away a year subscription. I'm not going to ask them for that. If they want to offer it, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, they do enough for us, all 3 or 4 of us on the podcast.
Yes.
And even the window cleaning community. I mean, come on.
Right.
It just almost feels like.
That's why they do so much for us.
Yeah.
Not only us, but like you said, the community. I just don't. I don't feel right asking them for shit. Like, they are a big supporter of this podcast. I cannot tell you guys. They are a huge supporter of us. And Chris has talked me off the ledge from not doing this anymore. He's helped me so much over the years. Especially over these past 3 or 4 years, he's helped me so much. Not only with the podcast, but also personally and professionally. He's really helped me out a lot. He's a great fucking person. Like, the best. So, I'm super stoked about the 300th episode. So, I hope you guys appreciate all the cool shit that's gonna happen on the 300th episode. I'm going to try to go through and pick out some good moments and shit. And over the past 5 fucking years we've been doing this podcast, which is crazy.
Yeah, I know. Every now and again, I'll just go on YouTube and go all the way back to the beginning and watch a couple 20 minutes of a couple different random episodes. And I'm like,
the best episode was the first time you were on with me and Josh. That fucking shit was so funny.
I watched that one fully. That's the one I watched all the way.
We had so much fun. I miss Josh.
Yeah.
Josh is such a good dude. I really miss Josh. I wish we could get Josh to... But getting that dude's like herding fucking cats, man. Yeah. That dude has got so much shit going on. So I don't even... We had it set up for him to come on. He stood me up twice. So I just, I don't, I'm not going to hound him about it, you know what I mean? I figured if you're that busy, you know what I mean?
You know what we could do, though? I mean, it'd be hard, other than Perry, we could do next year, bringing back in every guest that we've had on the podcast.
That would be cool. That would be cool.
Yeah, just as a cameo, like for 10 minutes.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we could put their picture of how they looked 5 years ago.
Yeah, that would be fucking cool. That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah,
that's a really good idea.
We've had a lot of really good people on here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've had a lot of interesting people. We've had people that we probably shouldn't have brought on. Yeah. A small handful, but always interesting, to see the way people do things, because that's what this is about. We want to try to include, give everybody the opportunity come hang out for an hour,
The Patreon guys, I don't know if it's gonna probably be spring. You guys are gonna get something super cool from me in the spring, like March, April-ish. You guys are all gonna every single person is gonna get something super fucking cool from me. Well, it's not super cool. Every one of you guys are gonna get something from me. Everybody, as long as you've given me your address, as long as your address is in the Patreon messages, everybody's gonna get something from me in the spring. I got a plan. So how that works out with the Patreon and all that shit, I don't know. But the guys that have been supporting all this time in the spring, you're gonna get something cool, because I got a bunch of new designs that I've just not uploaded. I just haven't had the time to do so, to upload everything. I'm going to get to it eventually. I've just been so fucking busy. This has been a really busy fall for me. And to add insult to injury, the weather's been terrible. I took fucking 2 days off. 3 days, technically. Well, actually 4 because of Thanksgiving. And those 4 days, like, for a guy solo, anyone that works solo knows what I'm talking about. Like, I am running around. I'm fucked right now. You know what I mean? I'm totally fucked right now.
You take off 4 days, it takes you 10 to catch
up.
Yeah,
I'm totally fucked right now. Yeah. So far behind. But I got 2 giant jobs, one that's halfway done, and the other one is a third of the way done. You know what I mean? And the one job is a gutter job, and it just, like, I kind of needed the wait because the leaves weren't done falling on the one side of the building yet. And that just so happens that that's the worst side of the building. So I was like, I'm not going to do this and then I have to come back and do it again. I'm just going to wait. And he was cool with it. And then I got the call for the home, and I'm like, fuck, I got to do this. I mean, fuck. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be like, no, I can't do it. You know what I mean? I'm like, yes, I'll take your money. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, speaking of taking your money, did anyone see that fucking affirmative action R2D2 that Perry Tate's selling, that fucking Flow Black or whatever it is? It looks like a fucking black R2D2.
Dyson finally sued him, and now he can't make the other one.
Yeah. So he's like, listen, this fucking guy, like, I don't get the non-change of behavior. Like, you didn't realize the last time that you did this how bad it fucking totally backfired on you. Right. And you looked like a fucking total idiot for taking pre-orders on shit. This dude is taking pre-orders on these units.
Really? That's something I would be very wary of.
Like, send me your money for this new pure water system that I've developed. And he's like, oh, well, I've already got all the capital to build it. Then why the fuck are you taking pre-orders?
Yeah.
You're taking pre-orders to build the fucking things. You're so full of shit, your breast stinks.
Dude, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for that computer in 1994.
I just, like, I don't want to harp on it because, like I said, I don't like to give the guy oxygen, but it's just like, dude, are you ever going to change? Yeah. Like, are you ever going to change? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that he doesn't have a decent head for, like, tools and shit. I mean, he thinks outside of the box, but everything he makes is someone else's fucking idea.
Yeah. Well,
chintzier. Like, as cheaply as it can be made.
The problem, TJ, is that I'm not saying he doesn't have a head for that shit, but I'm going to say a lot of the credit belongs with everyone else. That
Richie Blue, Larry Crook, fucking
along
dudes
the way.
Like that, yeah.
Guys, and you know what? I can say this honestly. Richie and Larry, lucky for him, are not me or TJ. Meaning, they tucked their tail and walked away and licked their wounds, okay? And I or TJ we do what we did to him before when he shit himself. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They just don't. You can't even ask Richie. To this day, 5 years later, Richie will not tell you all the details of what transpired. Larry, his shit is sewn up.
Yeah, he won't say a fucking word about any of it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So my point is, he doesn't deserve. Look, when you have the right people feeding you the ideas, but then your execution of the product sucks, that's where the problem lies. As far as
Larry's, like, Richie's product, now that it's in the good and better hands, and it's being brought to the market the way it was conceived, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I've had no issues with my production model, no leaks, no nothing. It's been great. Larry's product that we were testing out, I mean, until I had that unfortunate incident with part of it, I love that fucking thing. It's dope. You know what I mean? Right. I love it. It does it does an awesome fucking job. But, it was just like once Perry gets his hands on it, it's just like fucking like bullshit. It's overpriced, cheaply made bullshit. And it's just
wait a minute. What the fuck? Because I never look at this shit. What the fuck is a pole-mounted water-fed razor? And that's what I'm looking at it right now.
Listen, man.
Process of using razor blade on Windows also lend itself to being improved. First of all,
That goes to show you that right there. I promise you, there was like 20 some odd people watching. Now there's like 9 because we're of course winding down. But I guarantee you, in the beginning of this episode, I guarantee you, Perry Tate watches every fucking one of these. Every fucking one. He's seen somebody. He's seen me or Seth or you, like maybe 4 or 5 episodes, 4 or 5 months ago, talking about, because I know we've talked about it, water fitting and scraping the window at the same time. I know we've all talked about that. And he's like, oh, that's a great idea. The guy's a fucking total fucking scumbag.
Yeah.
Total scumbag. Terrible father, by the way. And I don't feel bad saying that.
That's the most brutal thing I've heard in a while.
What? Terrible father?
Yeah.
You seen the way he was to Harrison?
Yeah.
It was fucking awful.
Yeah.
I was embarrassed for him.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, fuck. Yeah. If that was my dad, I'd have told him to go fuck himself. I'd be like, fuck you, dude.
Somebody be at the dentist getting the teeth.
Yeah. Dad or not, man, that's not the way you talk to your kid in front of fucking people, like strangers. Like, come on.
Right.
Jesus.
Fuck. Oh, God.
The shit that we are privy to. You know what I mean? Like the shit that we saw up there, man. God damn.
Right.
Woo! Right. But like I said, next week we will not have a live podcast, but the week after we will. We'll probably do 1 or 2 more up until Christmas, and then after Christmas, we're probably going to take, we're going to take our holiday break. We'll be off for Christmas and New Year's and all that shit, and then we'll probably be back late January, February. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work. But we'll see how that works out. I'm not exactly sure what's all going to transpire over the next month or so. But one thing, rest assured, this podcast will be here. We'll be doing it. Just, like I said, there's a lot of shit going on. Life happens. And, we all, everyone on this show understands, that life happens. Like some guys can't watch every night. And we also can't do the podcast every night. People's situations change. Things just become a priority and not a priority. So, and which is totally understandable. There's, shit changes, and things change. Life goes on, and, but we'll, and the podcast, of course, it's gonna evolve. You know what I mean? We've been doing this for 5 years. We've talked just about everything that we could talk about. In regards to window cleaning, we don't mind guys getting on here and asking questions, of course, for like soap and shit like that. That's, people have questions, we answer them. You know what I mean? But, this show is what we make it and what you guys make of it. And we appreciate every one of you guys for watching and supporting us and tuning in every week and living with our ups and our downs and all that shit. So, I will let everyone know. I will advertise or like post and let everyone know when the episode's coming out, the 300th. That way, I mean, it's not going to be Wednesday night because I have to edit. I'm going to have to edit the shit. I'm actually going to probably start editing this weekend, putting some shit together for it to build it out. And then we'll shoot the live segment of it, us, with Chris and whoever comes on. If you want to be a part of the 300th episode, reach out to me. If you got Skype, you want to be a part of the show, you want to come on and share your experience about the podcast over the years or whatever the case may be, just reach out to me privately. You know how to find me. I'm everywhere. Just hook us up and we'll have you on the show.
Hey T, here's a question.
Yeah.
You would know. Have you tried the new Zero hose? Is that they have like a high flow hose now, right?
I have not tried it yet.
Yeah.
I've not tried it yet. I'm interested. I didn't even know. I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know.
I think it's probably got a bigger diameter.
Oh, okay. I've not tried it yet.
To change some fittings, yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested. I'd be definitely interested to try it out. But so next week, no live show. We will be we'll be shooting the 300th episode. We're not going to do it live. because every time we've done it live, I almost had a fucking heart attack every time we've done it. So I'm not doing that this time.
Yeah,
but
shit goes off the rails too quick on that one.
Yes. So, but like I said, if you want to be a part of the show, you've been a guest on the show, you want to come on and, shoot the shit with us for a little bit, that's cool too. Like I said, it'll be fun. I mean, if you can't do it say you can't, like Wednesday night, you can't, but you're free on the weekend, hit me up, let me know. I have no problem hopping on here and recording for a half-hour show, whatever, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
It'll be awesome. We'll hook it up. But, yeah, man, we appreciate all you guys. We will, again, we'll be back. Probably, I would say it most safe to say it'd probably be the weekend before I get it uploaded. We'll be the week after. I don't know. The next live show, I'll just tell you guys right now so you know. The next live show, we'll be recording the 300th on the 6th, and we'll be back the 13th. And we'll probably go until the 20th, and then we'll probably be off until after the first of the year. So just so everyone knows.
Refreshed and ready to go, yeah.
We will be, what I'll end up doing is the 300th episode will be like a premiere. We'll set it up, and it'll be like a viewing party. And what we'll end up doing is me and Mark and the boys will be in the comments, watching it with you guys. We might even hop on Skype and shoot something as we're watching it.
We need to do a mystery science theater. You know that?
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Here's where it goes off the rails. Yeah.
Yeah, we do have another half hour, but it's just me and Mark. I'm fucking tired. Mark's he's got 1,000 things to do tomorrow. So do I. I need to be in bed early. So, I hope you guys, like I said, I wish I could explain everything to you fellers, you know what I mean? But, personal life is personal life. There's a lot of shit going on for all of us right now. So, just bear with us. Like I said, it's a rough patch. We'll get through it. We'll figure it all out. And we'll be right back on track again. We just need a little time to sort shit out, So, but I appreciate all you guys. We will see you guys in a few days because we'll be shooting this stuff live. Or shooting this stuff and then I'll be posting it. And then you guys can, find out what you won. Maybe not, maybe do. I want to thank our sponsors, windowcleaner.com, Maker Products, Black Diamond Squeegee Rubber, American Window Cleaner Magazine, Window Cleaning History, all the Patreon guys, all that shit. We really appreciate every one of you, and we will see you guys again soon. And, what do you got anything to say, Mark? So,
no, I can't. I'm looking forward to the 300 show. You guys, there's going to be some unveiling. I'll just give you a little hint of that, and you guys will all appreciate it.
Yeah.
And
that's another thing. I keep forgetting. We're gonna announce the window cleaner of the year on the 300th episode.
Frank Rave has bullet holes from me that will never heal.
Yeah. Okay? Yeah, so I'm looking forward to the next year of fucking shit that's about to go down because it's gonna be Mark does such a good job with it. So, and I think this year's winter's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun. Everyone will enjoy the podcast. I'm fairly certain. So, we'll see you guys next week, late next week.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, peace, everybody.
Peace.
Oh, man, what do we got going on? You know what I don't like is how long it takes to play this fucking outro. Just play it, you know what I mean?
Right.
It takes 45 minutes for it to play.